everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome one and all to episode 179 of In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver and gold. Now, a couple of weeks ago we had a look at a new series from Geiger, the wildlife series starting with the giraffe. Surprisingly nice coin actually, and very well received in that video. So if you've not checked it out, there's a link as always down in the description. This week we are staying on the continent of Africa to have a look at the Rwandan Lunar Series, the latest edition being the Lunar Rat. Really love this series. I think it's one of the premier lunar series out there at the moment, so it's a pretty cool coin to look at. We've got two. We're going to crack one of them out of the OMP to see how they compare and look different when out of that plastic. At the end of today's episode there will be a vote. We've got the harp and the kookaburra, so stick around to the end and cast your eye and your vote for what you want to see next time. But first, let's crack on with the Lunar Rat. So I did mean it when I said I think that the Rwandan Lunar Series are some of the premier lunar options out there. There are quite a few. It is a very well done and very well populated field, and this is a relatively new one, starting only in 2017 with the Rooster, which was absolutely groundbreaking in its design, look, feel. I mean, the Rwandan coins have this generalized look and feel to them anyway, with this lovely kind of mosaic-y tiled pattern, with then the continent of Africa for the wildlife series, with the wildlife standing out there. But this kind of took it, I think, a step further, incorporating this kind of mosaic design for the animals themselves, and I have to say it's actually really well done. So I am excuse me, I'm losing my voice today. I am a big proponent of this series, but it does have its kind of flaws and pitfalls. It is not a cheap series. It is also not a series that you know the mintage of each issue up front. You do for the proof coins and for the gold versions, but for the BU just everyday stacker coin versions, you don't know. They are made to order, and to this date I do not believe, I've been looking online today, I cannot find mintage numbers for even the first issue in BU Silver. So we don't quite know, and judging on the general popularity of these, I would argue that there's going to be a significant number. However, they do come at quite a premium, and that will of course somewhat hinder their overall mintage. But what I have noticed is that the prices of these have been going up, have been creeping up over time, and that's a good sign for a young series to have premiums attached to the earlier issues. Perhaps, as with all of these, those early issues will become the key dates, the key pieces within those series as the mintages perhaps go up over time with the increased demand from popularity of the series. So that's definitely something to factor in. In terms of the price points, they are, as I said, a pretty premium coin. I'm looking around right now, and the Lunar Rat, which again is, remember, the most recent one here, the 2020 edition, probably the cheapest I can find in America, is going to be setting you back maybe $24 per coin if you buy 20 plus, maybe $25 if you just wanted to buy one. Here in the UK, of course, we buy from Europe, and there are significant premiums. So you'd be looking at 22, 23, 24 pounds. From a UK sellers, I found them going for 28, 29 pounds. Sold listings on eBay, they're looking at around the 25, 26 pounds mark. So there are definitely premiums attached to these. So as with all of these type of things, if you can grab them for a cheap price, then you're quids in, to coin a phrase. So yeah, these in my mind are really attractive coins, love them. We don't know the mintage exactly on them, but I can imagine them being relatively low. When I say relatively low, my estimate would be into the tens of thousands, probably into the 50s of thousands, most likely. But again, it's very hard to say. There is a little bit more information I can share in terms of the mint. So previously, when I'd featured some of these coins on our channel before, I'd not really known the mint, and it's very difficult information to have found. But looking on some of the big dealers' websites, it's telling us here that the manufacturer is the B.H. Meyer mint, which I presume is German or Austrian. So interesting to find that out finally, which I think is very interesting indeed. So a few other little particulars of the coin before we jump in and chop open one of these OMPs. So of course it is an actual coin. There's the denomination of Rwanda, 50 francs. This is of course an ex-French colony part of the world, so they use the francs. Rwanda of course has a very, very troubled and turbulent history behind it. You know, some people have said Why would you support a country and regime with such a turbulent history? Well, to be honest, it's hardly going to be anything to do with the Rwandan country beyond them just agreeing to have their, denomination put on a coin. It's the same with all coins. You have these from really remote islands in the Pacific, Tokelau, or wherever it may be, the Cook Islands, and various different countries all around the world. You can read into so many things like this. Personally, yes, it's obviously got a history there which is not to be ignored, and I'm not trying to justify or anything of what went on there. But I think if we read too much into a lot of these things and go back far enough, you can find a problem with any country in this world. So I'm not really going to comment too much further on that, but I know there will be some people out there who will perhaps want to ask that question. So now I have two here. I want to talk a little bit about my strategy for these. So I enjoy these. I said them at the start. I think they're one of the premier kind of coin versions, certainly when you compare it to some of the other lunar coins out there on the market. I have to say, though, this lunar rat from the Royal Mint is a significant improvement on previous lunar coins from the Royal Mint. I just don't think it is as elegant as these. I really do like these a lot. I love the frosted finish. I love the finish that's on here. Now, the finish itself does vary from inside and outside the flip. So we're going to commit coin sacrilege here today and break it open. Now, I buy two of these at a time. I don't buy any more. I don't have like sheets and rolls of them. I think reading online, if you buy 10 of them, they come in a sort of a sheet that's all together. And I've seen that when we've done unboxings. But I don't buy more than two of these. And the reason for that is I always buy two so that I can do this and crack one of them out of this original mint packaging, because the plastic does actually have an influence on the way that the coin looks. Now I'm going to put this straight into a kind of capsule lid so that I don't touch it, because I still want to preserve this to be as good condition as possible. It's not why, the reason I'm taking it out of the plastic here is to, there we go, into it nicely, is to really show off the coin. And I like having these in capsules. I find them a little easier to store, and you do get, now look at this, you get this absolutely glorious sheen coming off the coin. You can really see what the coin designers were aiming for with this mosaic pattern. Even the little cracks in between the background glimmer and shine, and I do like that. That is one of the things that makes this coin best. And you do get it to a certain extent here, but you can see that a lot of the sheen and reflection comes off the plastic itself, which I don't like. Another thing, which I'll see if I can try and get here, you can see that the field of the coin, the flat field around the edge, is flat and it's smooth, whereas on the plastic it almost appears to have this kind of texturing to it. And that is just the plastic. That is just the plastic doing that. So it does make it a little misleading in terms of its design, and it really does show on this side, the reverse. You can see all of this tiny little sort of texturization, and almost like it's kind of bumpy basically, and that's just the plastic. So I am a big fan of having one in and one out of the OMP. OMP, for those of you who are new, is the original mint packaging, so it does come supplied in those. I mean, I suppose it's a bit of a blessing in a way that it does come in a protective piece of plastic like this rather than just a little plastic bag. It helps keep it in as good condition as possible. I have heard and seen pictures of people's Rwandan coins getting quite horrendous milk spotting being left in these packaging, so I don't quite know what the material is, but some plastic OMPs do enhance the possibility, and when it does happen, exaggerate the occurrence of milk spotting. So some people will religiously take them all out of the OMPs so that there is that reduced chance of those milk spots happening. So it's each to their own. Would I recommend taking them out the OMP? If you are wanting to just enjoy it and have it as a collector's piece, a set that you can perhaps put in a display box with the capsules, then yes, great, love it. But in terms of retaining as much value to your coin as possible, there is an argument to be had that keeping it in that plastic OMP will hold more value over time. People tend to want to buy it as it came from the mint. So there's definitely that to factor in, but I don't think you're going to be cutting open a huge amount of value off your coin, perhaps $1 or $2 at very worst. So definitely something to think about, and do so at your own risk with your own research is my humble advice to you. But if you want to enjoy the coin, I think, as it was meant to be enjoyed, then there's definitely merits to be had for cutting it out of that OMP. So there we go. That is basically the Lunar Rat. I like it. I think it's really good. I'd love to know what your theories, what your feelings are on these coins, whether you collect them, enjoy them. I don't have the others here in front of me. I've only got the lunar pig out here, but I do hope to at some point be able to, well, you know, we're in year 4 is it? Yeah, 4 now of this series, so in 8 years time when we've got the entire series, then it'll look pretty cool, I have no doubt. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, let me know if you've got them, let me know if this video has inspired you to purchase any. I'd be very intrigued to hear your opinions. Now for next time, we've only got 2 coins to vote on, the harp and the 20th anniversary kookaburra. Now the reason that we are not introducing a third is partially because it hasn't arrived yet. I wanted to give you guys a third option, but it's not coming until Monday, which is very unfortunate. So next week there will be something new for you to vote on. But these 2 have been hanging around for quite a while. So I want to see which of the 2 is going to win out in that vote. So if you want to vote for the harp, comment down in the description box, in the comment section, and the kookaburra down below as well. Otherwise, if you enjoyed today's video and you like this coin, then make sure you hit the thumbs up button. That really does help everything that we do here on the channel. And if you'd like to see videos from us in the future, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see other episodes of In Focus Friday, we do have a playlist with, of course, 177 other episodes. Plenty of viewing hours there for you to go and enjoy. Otherwise, have a fantastic weekend ahead. Thank you all for watching. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.